Welcome back, Cranksters. CryptoCrank, the Cranksters Coliseum. Monday preparations. Where is Bitcoin headed? Where are we going? There ain't nothing like a plan, a strategies. That way we can execute. There's no surprises in the Coliseum. Today we're going to be going over Bitcoin's price. Are we getting a dead cat bounce? Can we actually accumulate? We're going to be going over some heat maps. Where's Bitcoin's direction headed? First, last night we were looking at sweeping these lows. All right. We were saying that during the stream, I'm like, man, I would really like Bitcoin to sweep the lows here. If we look, this was all the way back inside of April of 25. Let's get our little magnet. Let's get our little tool here. And you can see this right here is where we got this massive bounce. And this is almost very identical, guys. I know that when the price comes down, it looks pretty scary. Everybody thinks it's all doom and gloom. Oh my gosh, it's so over. It's so over. Let me remind you that Bitcoin is an adolescent asset. All right, working its way to maturity. At any point, Bitcoin can easily, when things get really bloody and fear and greed is at lows, and nobody wants to touch Bitcoin, and open interest is at man, nobody wants to touch crypto right now, especially after seeing what happened to gold and silver in a single day, 30% pullbacks. Where's the money safe? If gold and silver can pull back 30% due to futures and leverage, then you know what, guys? Who in the world is going to want to touch Bitcoin? And when that kind of presence exists in crypto, this is where we need to be the most violent with our education, eyes open, because this is where the surprises really, really, really happen. Let me remind you guys that Bitcoin went from the same $74,000, and in less than 40 days, Bitcoin had a 50% pump. Not saying this is the bottom. The Coliseum is not calling a bottom. What we are doing is an if-then scenario. If the price comes to us, how do we react? How do we plan so we can execute a trade? With that being said, we did end up getting this double bottom that I was talking about last night. I was really hoping on the heat map. The heat map was showing us 74 200s. I wanted just one sweep, man, just one sweep. The fact that we didn't sweep them, I don't like that. As a matter of fact, this is a Bybit chart. Let's also look real quick at a BTC USD. Let's look at Coinbase and see if that low was sweeped. All right, I want to see if it was sweeped on a chart. It was not, man. Gosh, it was not. Let me just click on this chart real quick. Let me click on this candle. 74,420. Let's click on this candle next. 74,500. We got good Wi-Fi today. Man, we couldn't. Nice $20,000 trade turned into a $16,000 trade. I was kind of stressing a little bit last night on that dead cat bounce. We did end up taking a trade last night, guys, on this dead cat bounce. All right. When this thing came up like this, boom, it dumped, baby. It dumped. It sure did. I was stressing a little bit. That was a $2.5 million. Why don't we just show everybody? Because right now, the Coliseum is viral. The Coliseum is viral, guys. This is our trade from last night. Message of the day real quick before we look at last night's trades and P&L. Message from the Coliseum. Today it's you versus the chart. Above all, it is you versus you. Take all the cloud out of your minds. The highs, the lows, the red, the green. Let's see it for what it is, guys. Do not have a bias. This is cryptocurrency. The more prepared you are, the better you're going to execute on these trades or on your portfolios if you're looking to add to your spot bags at these lower prices. I would advise that if you are going to be, and again, not financial advice, of course. Always got to tell you guys, not financial advice, of course. Let's go ahead and just read the disclaimer. This content is for educational and entertainment purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Trading involves significant risks, and you may lose more than your initial investment. You are solely responsible for your trading decisions. Trade responsibly. With that being said, I would stick to the winners, man. You got to stick to the winners. The winners are obvious. They're going to be Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tron. We can go over those charts here in just a bit, and I'll show you why. Be very careful out there. It's been almost 3 years now that if we would have just bought nothing but Bitcoin, you would have been up 600% while your altcoins were just completely bleeding out. All right. And we have indicators to show when the money's rotating, whether it's from USDT dominance or if it's coming down from Bitcoin dominance. But again, let's look at the trades from last night, guys. This is the Coliseum. We are patient. We are disciplined. We execute. 16,000 live execution live on a dead cat bounce, little kitty bounce. All right. On this stream last night, guys, we waited for Bitcoin to come down. It started dumping. There was no need to catch. A falling knife, risk our money, risk our trades, risk the portfolio. But when we came down during this stream, I specifically said, oh my gosh, this thing bounced so hard from literally, this thing bounced hard, man. I mean, we bounced from this low of 74.5 all the way up to 76.5. This was a $2,000 pump. I mean, this was a solid 2.5-3% pump. When this happened, I took the trade literally right here, right on this candle, put my order in. We dumped easy 20 grand, having some slight internet issues. Ended up making out on a nice $16,000 trade, all live streamed. Many of the cranksters were posting the P&Ls. Absolutely killed it and crushed the trade, baby. Execution on a dead cat. Execution. I can't even talk. Execution on a dead cat bounce, baby. Beautiful. Beautiful. So again, with Bitcoin right now, Bitcoin is slowly climbing its way up. We are at the top of the resistance, guys. We are up back to the top of this resistance. We have a pretty defined range right now. I'd say with Bitcoin, you know, from here to here, I'd say that if Bitcoin does end up rolling over, we exclude this big dip. We did end up taking the liquidity here. The heat map was showing us that 75.8 was going to get taken out. We did end up getting down towards that 75 or 74.5. I would have really liked to see Bitcoin sweep the lows, man, back here. These are the only traders, the only people that are not rinsed out. You guys can see that liquidity likes to, you know, it likes to stop everybody out. Everybody that longed here, sitting on fat longs, man, crushed. Everybody that longed here and here just got crushed. I really wanted to see that $74,000 get taken out. But with that being said, why did Bitcoin get a nice big bounce where it was from here and here? Well, the last couple of days, I've been showing you guys how we use our fib tools. And again, I'm a simple trader. Simple trading is the best trading. You don't need to overthink any of this. When we do pull our fib from this low, okay, of $49,000 all the way up here to our high, you guys can see that Bitcoin is clearly getting a solid bounce from this golden pocket. Now, what is a golden pocket? It's between a 618 and a 0.65. I've explained this and I've back tested this many times that you guys on your Fibonacci tools, click on it, hit system. I put the 382, the 618 directly underneath the 618. I put the 0.65, the 0.5, and the 786. The reason I put this 0.65 is Bitcoin likes to wick. Cryptocurrencies like to wick. And almost every single time we get these wicks, we fall and we close directly inside of this golden pocket. All right. And again, I've back tested this, guys. It is, I can show you guys on so many places on the chart where the 0.65 is going to be your best friend. So again, Bitcoin is obviously getting this is a macro timeline. We're sitting on a weekly. You can see that we are starting to get a bounce. Golden pocket. So there's Confluence 1. On the daily, not looking very good on the daily. RSIs are super tight, though, down towards the zero line. Money flow is about to enter into the red. I really want to see, can Bitcoin get a solid dead cat bounce here? Because I could imagine when we look at the heat maps, there's a lot of people shorting this. And they are absolutely batshit crazy for shorting this. You do not short the bottoms. All right? We long bottoms. We short tops. Very, very simple, guys. And remember, because I'm teaching you guys how to scalp, you're learning how to use these tools, swing trades, strategy, and planning. You got to let price action come to us. So if you missed all of the price action this morning, this is short and territory, guys. I had targets really of 80,000. I really thought that 80 G's was going to be taken up right in here. That's what the heat map is showing us, but this is clear short and territory, guys. Why do I say that? We can see, clean up all of this, that every single time we get up towards the top, all right, rejection, rejection, rejection. And no, it looks all crazy. Oh, Bitcoin's making a bounce. We're coming back. No, we're not. Bitcoin's coming back. No, we're not. Bitcoin's coming back. To be determined. Do not be a breakout trader. If you are going to be a breakout trader, you wait for the breakout, no matter how much this price goes up, and a retest. If you're going to be a breakout trader, learn how to do it correctly. All right? To me and the Cranksters and the Coliseum, this is short in territory. And the reason I say that, you'd have had one perfect short, two perfect shorts, and the third short, to be determined. If we do end up squeezing out of here, you would have had two perfect trades, two perfect shorts, and one stopped out. You play these trades. You play this, okay? Anytime we have ranges like this. Let's also look at the heat map real quick. Let's look at the heat map real fast. Price likes to pull towards liquidity. Let's also go to we're going to look at both Model 1 and Model 2. Look, it's right above us, right down below us. Let's go to a 12-hour. It's lit up like a Christmas tree down below us for sure. Everybody that's long in this, man, it can go both ways. It's really 50-50. I do got to say, though, this is short and Terry. We're back up towards the top. Even a short scalp. And I'm just saying that because we're already up towards the top. We're far from the bottom, guys. All right. Let's look at Model 2 and we'll zoom out. I wanted to see what happened. Like, look at this, guys. On the 24-hour, 74,500 is again lit up like a Christmas tree where we bounced right underneath that. Let's go out to the 1 week. And we are definitely lit up towards $85,000. Man, look at all these fat shorts that are sitting up here all juicy. They need to be taken out too. So what I would want to see with Bitcoin right now, on the 20-minute, momentum's coming up high, money flows curving up. It looks like she could just be getting started for a nice big solid push. Again, I'm not longing here because I'm not a breakout trader. Maybe. If Bitcoin starts coming back down towards this trend line, something like this, you know what I mean? Then I can take the trade and try to play this, keep stops directly underneath. My move is just barely going to be up towards 80, 81,000 for the scalp. All right. We do have some Coliseum members. They are long from this double bottom right in here. Here we go. We'd be looking for something like this. If Bitcoin came down, you can see it's slow climbing up. Look, the heat map is showing, though, that it wants to take this out. It does want to take out this the 77,400. All these people that are longing into this, everybody that's longing into this top, dangerous, guys. Again, we short tops. We long bottoms. This is still inside of the golden pocket. This right here, this was the trumpet. All right. So I would want to see Bitcoin, if it does come back down into this, something like this, and then works its way back up, then I can look to take that long, keep a stop here directly underneath where that liquidity is sitting. All right. I'd keep a stop, something like this, because, yeah, I'm not long in this. I'm not going to long the top of this bad boy. I don't long tops, guys. Absolutely not. 20-minute again, money flow starting to come up. Let's look at the 12-minute and see what's going to happen here. Momentum's kind of getting flat. And again, the reason why momentum's getting flat right now is because it is coming up towards the top. Money flow's kind of thick. Let's go to the 1 hour here. I wanted to see what else happened right here on the 1 hour. See, on the 1 hour, the other thing that I'd like to see, if we were to come back down, let's just say we came back down. If we came back down and we see a money flow starting to curve in, momentum wave comes in right in here. We start getting this bullish divergence. We come down like this. We get a lower high. I'd be wanting to see something like that. Then I can comfortably say, let's full port along. Let's sit in this bad boy and let's start getting a big round out. When I explained this the other day, and I was talking about how Bitcoin needs to round out so that way we could take some of these trades, we go over here to the 5-minute, and I'll show you guys the big trade that I had. This is what I mean by Bitcoin starting to round out. We get our little arc tool. All right, we go from here to here, rounding out. Something like that. I like Bitcoin starting to round out. All right. Now, on a much larger time frame, we could say, I would want to see Bitcoin really start to round out. Let's go to an hour here. We could say something like this. I want to see that. Well, I want this thing to actually come, like, I want to start really seeing it round out. If it comes down a second time, like I was saying on that 1 hour, we get that next momentum wave. Money flow starts curving in. All right, something like this. Money flow starts curving in. We get this next little wave. We want to see this momentum wave right in here. Start seeing a bullish divergence, and then we squeeze on out of here. And again, it's just an if-then scenario. If price does that, because we're up at the top, let's just say that it is breakout time. Let's just say if Bitcoin is ready to break out, all right? Breakout. This is resistance. Let's just say that this is the next. It's time to break out. I'd be looking at a target real quick. If we pull that same fib, when we go from this little accumulation race to this bottom, I would be looking to short close to 80 Gs. 80, 81. I'm going to see what happens. This is our game plan. This is the Monday preparation. This can happen later today. Bitcoin can come down for a few hours. We can sweep the lows one more time. It's an if-then scenario. But again, because we're up at the top, I am not longing this. This is not enough for me from here to here. I want the short from here back here. All right. So we got to just wait and see what's going to end up happening. But to me, this is shortened territory. This would be shortened territory even up at the top. Boom. Let's see what that looks like. Let's see what that looks like. Let's see what that looks like. Give me just a second here. I'm going to get onto the exchange. You guys can see Bitcoin's fighting. It is fighting up here, man. There's a lot of freaking, everybody's trying to long, man. Everyone's trying to long. Everyone's trying to catch the bottom. You know, everybody's trying to catch this bottom. But again, because it's up at the top, just for me, I would want to see Bitcoin. If it does pop, I would prefer to take the short. I would prefer to take the short right up in here. Something like this. Something like that. And you guys can see Bitcoin is clearly getting the rejection, just like I'm talking about. This is shortened territory, guys. It looks scary. I know. It comes down and it looks dog shit, man. It looks scary, and you don't want to long this because you're freaking out. Well, when you zoom out and you look at that weekly, we're on that macro golden pocket here. This is longing territory at the bottom. I don't care how scary it looks. I don't care how scary this looks. You take the longs from the bottoms. You take the shorts from the tops. All right. Let's also look at, so we do have a Monday preparation plan for Bitcoin. Where do we think it's going? It's either one, it is going to break out. We're looking for the short, or two, we look at the heat map and we can say, let's go here. Bitcoin is getting ready to just sweep some of this liquidity one more time. Everybody that's long this, it can sweep down one more time right in here. 77, something like this, and then we can take another swing up. I'd be interested in something like that. Totally. Bitcoin, remember I told you guys, if it starts rounding out, we come down again, we start rounding out. All right, something like this. I mean, I don't like this like this. I want it to accumulate a little bit longer. Come on down, maybe try to scare everybody one more time. Again, the reason I say that, we are not longing the fucking top of this, you guys. It's insanity. Look, I told you guys, it's shortened territory. Shortened territory. All right. Now, this thing can totally just come down, sweep this right in here. Boom. And then we can see something like that. So if we're also going to look locally, and we're going to, let's just say I delete all of this stuff here. And we want to see what could happen inside of the price action right in this area. Just this right here. Let's also pull a fib from this low to this high. That's what I'm talking about. $76,000, $76,400. It looks something like this. Boom, boom, boom. We start accumulating up. We sweep, one sweep. Then we roll on out of here. You would have yourself a low, higher low, and then we can take another swing up at this. I would like something like this. This would be my ideal setup if I'm trying to get this swing up to $81,000. Now, there's also another scenario, guys, where Bitcoin, my ultimate target for Bitcoin, you guys, is going to be, and this is if we go over here to the, let's go over here to the SMA. Let's go to the daily, and let's go here. Let's go and let's put in the 200. This is the big one. This is the big one. All right, you guys can see here. Look what happens when Bitcoin breaks this 200. Free falling, man. I'm expecting something like this. Could we squeeze up? We had this again, guys. This is March. This is March of 2022. This is very, very, very similar to what we're seeing right now. We had this huge overhead resistance right here at $45,000. We had this bottom right here. All right. We weren't able to break this is very relative to Bitcoin being at $94,000 and 80 G's. 94 and 80 G's. We finally ended up breaking out. Everyone thought that, you know what, Bitcoin is so back. All right. Bitcoin is so back. Boom, came down. Same thing. This is a same flag. I'm sure you guys have been seeing this all over the internet, man. This flag right in here. And boom, we did end up breaking down. You guys can see. Very, 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 very identical price action, guys. This is why I'm saying, again, look, price action overhead, $94,000. Had the same bear flag. Boom. Very, very, very similar. We ended up taking out the highs here. $94,000. Bang. Here we go, man. Very, 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 very similar price action. Target's going to be somewhere in the 60s. 60s doesn't make sense to me. And the reason I say that is, you know, when I pull this, when I pull the fib from 49s up to this high, actually, I'm sorry, when we pull it from the lows, I'm talking very, 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 let's go out to like the weekly, the macro, long time frame on a weekly. Bear market lows of 15.5, all-time high. You guys can see there's a lot of big confluence here at $54,000, 54K. This is my ultimate target for Bitcoin. Mike Ballmer's saying 40s. He's thinking in the 40s. You know what, guys? I love buying cheap Bitcoin, but I also trade for a living. So you know what? I'm not biased towards anything. I don't give a fuck. You guys see me. We're cracking $15,000 a day on these trades. The cranksters are hitting all their P&Ls. All the cranksters can ask for in the Coliseum is a range to execute. That is all. We do not feel like we missed anything because every single day our strategy is getting daily bread, man. We're getting our daily scalps if the market permits, if the strategy is allowed to be played out. And that's all we want. We execute based off of that. Big dumps and big pumps are irrelevant. Completely irrelevant. What I've taught the cranksters over the last year is we don't want crazy, crazy price action swings like this, guys. This is not our bread and butter. What we want is the ranges. We want these ranges. These ranges will make you rich. You get to scalp these. These are two percenters, man. Look at this. With a little bit of leverage, these are 20% on your bags, man. You can make some fat money. You can make some absolute fat money, guys. Any of these ranges, we were locking in. Look at this. We were scalping this. Let's zoom in on this here. We were scalping this. Let's get rid of some of this here. We'll clean this up. This range right here, we were absolutely obliterating. From here to here. Here to here. Why would we long that? Well, it's because every single time we come down and touch it, you have one perfect long, two perfect long, three perfect long, four perfect longs. We flip this around. Short, short, short. The one time he got blown out of the water. Okay? We waited on this. We came back up to here. I took this trade live right here with Joshua Jake. Short, short, short. Plummet. And the name of the game, guys, is to literally just hit base hits. You are just scalping. You are getting base hits. If you are making money, okay? If you are, and I'm here to tell you guys, in the Coliseum, I know, man. I know all the BDs out there, dude. I know everything. We are one of the only groups that are performing exceptionally well in this market because we are scalpers. Exceptionally well. 200 million in trading volume. Exceptionally well. We are not getting fucked and wrecked over these big swings. We do not sit in this. We are scalpers. This is a scalper's market. Even this move here, guys, like I was saying, I explained, we are not breakout traders. This is shortened territory. Boom, boom, boom. We're getting our daily bread, baby. Let's read some of these comments real quick. I say 40s. What up, peeps? What's going on, Crypto Line? Welcome to the Coliseum, Pablo. Pablo just joined the Coliseum. We have had exponential growth, guys. Exponential growth through January. Very well. We executed the entire month. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Insane, guys. This post right now has gotten well over Close the Bitcoin short. We are up towards 130,000 views. 130,000 views, guys. Amazing. We went viral. The Coliseum is absolutely viral right now, guys. Let me show you. Let me show you what it looks like. It looks like this. The Coliseum is viral. We're doing it every single day. Every single day. All right. If you guys aren't following me just yet, make sure to hit the like, subscribe, the follow button. We're going to start doing giveaways. We want to make sure that all of you guys are in and getting notified when I'm taking these live trades, when we're giving the live analysis. Get inside of the Telegram. Take advantage of it. Also, shout out to zoomex. zoomex is my trading partner, guys. This is where I take my $1, $2, $3 million scalps. Shout out to zoomex. Make sure to get on over and lock in your VIP tier 2. VIP tier 2 is for serious scalpers who want reduced trading fees, better scalping conditions, priority treatment through zoomex. The Coliseum, guys, and zoomex loves the Coliseum. All right, loves the Coliseum. We have bar none the best support team for the Coliseum 24 hours a day. You get all of this access through the Coliseum. We do this as a unit, guys. We do this as a team, all in the Coliseum. Make sure to jump in. What is the VIP trading group? You give setups? Absolutely. In my Patreon, all right, get your way over into the gateway to the Coliseum. It is my free Telegram group. Then you make your way into the Coliseum. First the gateway, see what it's all about. Next, you're going to be ended up inside of the Patreon, which is going to be the Telegram for the premium. I am not a call group. All right. I am not a call group. What we're doing is we're going over multiple different trade setups, multiple different scalping scenarios. You'll get access to the CryptoCrank radical scalp method, how I purposely sync up altcoins to Bitcoin, how to find your support, your resistance, how to use your tools like the heat maps, how to find support and resistance, psychology behind the trades, why we take them. Eventually, you're just going to be a robot, man. And just like you guys see me when I'm taking these trades, man, zero emotion, pure execution. All right. Let's get back over here. We're going to keep it short, guys. We're only going to be on for an hour. We're just giving the breakdown right now. Let's see what Bitcoin's going to do here. Let's also look at Ethereum. Let's look at ETH real quick. You know, I don't like this for ETH right now, man. This thing is, it's still in this downtrend, man. ETH isn't even up to the top. I like this a little bit better because if ETH does end up coming down and putting in that higher low with Bitcoin, if it does end up squeezing down, I'm also looking for this trade on ETH. Hold on. There we go. We can see ETH right now is still purely inside of this downtrend. All right. Purely inside of this downtrend. If Bitcoin does end up coming back down to the bottom of the range, I do want to see, like I said, if we get a higher low, something like this, 2250s, 2240s, somewhere in here. Again, this is short and I'm not going to short the top over here, guys. I'm up. And the reason being is I either want the breakout, get the bigger short, or I want the breakdown to grab liquidity one more time before we head up. That's what I really want to see. So again, look something like this. Boom, boom. Bang. Higher low. Low. Higher low. Let me start seeing some more of this trend line like that. Bang. All right. That's what I'm looking for Ethereum. It's fighting, man. Bitcoin is fighting up at the top of this. And it could squeeze, guys. It could squeeze. Again, that's the other thing, too. A lot of people that are shorting this here and here. It looks scary, man. A lot of people that are shorting here. Again, this was the beginning. Great short. Great short. We got to see how this would play out if you decide to take it. It's just an if-then scenario. But this coming right back down to this golden pocket right in here is also what I'm looking at. Something like that. And let's look at Bitcoin right now. Let's see here. XRP, same thing. This looks identical to ETH. You guys can see still putting in a higher low. I'm watching all of these altcoins, man. If Bitcoin does end up rolling over, guys, this is straight up shorting territory. This is where I say we sync up our altcoins to Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin rolls over, man, I'd start taking these shorts in these alts, baby. These are fat trades. Fat trades. This is XRP. Litecoin. Look at Litecoin ended up breaking out. All right. Litecoin did end up breaking out. Look at this. Boom. Litecoin's the only chart that we've looked at right now that actually is broken out of this this downtrend range like that. Smoked, man. Right outside of the resistance. Cooked. Where could Litecoin be going? $64, pretty easy. Let's see if Litecoin can get up towards $64. But Litecoin's actually breaking out. It's one of the only ones. Let's see. Let's look at TRX, guys. The reason I said TRX, let's stick to trading the stronger projects. You go out to a weekly, man, on TRX. This thing's just been in a freaking bull run for 3-4 years. I mean, just been cooking, baby. Slowly cooking like crazy. All right? Slowly cooking like crazy. You guys can see, look, the reason I tell you guys simple trading is the best trading. We pull this fib here from this bottom up to this top. Look at where we're getting the retracement. Look at where we're getting the bounce from. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, guys. Some people like fibs, some don't. You know, some people like, I trade with fibs, support, resistance, volumes. This is my bread and butter. This is how I trade and take these scalps, guys. All right. Boom. Look at beautiful. I like TRX. Now, if I was to pull, let's see why Tron is getting a bounce right from where we're at now. Let's also pull a fib from this low to this high. We are bouncing directly off of and let's make sure we got it all synced up here. We'll put it in right there. We are bouncing directly off of the 786. This is also a lot of the times, guys, whenever we bulldoze through golden pockets, we come directly down to the 786. This is also a great area. This is straight up long in territory. All right. Anytime we come down to these 786s right here, look, solid bounce. Solid bounce. Yep, we're gonna look at BNB as well, guys. BNB. I'm liking BNB. We look at BNB. We also look at the weekly. BNB's been on a terror, man. We coiled up inside of this range for so long. I mean, for so long, BNB was coiling up inside of this range right in here, man. Crazy. This is from February of 24 to July, just sideways trading, man. And look at what happened. Bang, just blitzed. I do like that we are getting a support flip. This is what I'm talking about. You will eventually learn in the Coliseum to not be a breakout trader. It's so bullish. No, it's not. It's so bullish. No, it's not. The one time you decided to do it, it was. You would have had 2 perfect shorts to the one time getting stopped out on the massive breakout. But you guys can see when I'm explaining to you guys about a breakout retest, all right? Breakout retest. We are actually flipping this into support now. I want to see what's going to end up happening. And I bet you we have some confluence on this level. If I was to pull a fib from this low to this high, actually, let's go from the wick. Let's get all of it. Look at this. I'm talking throughout the entire move. This wick here of $400 to the all-time high. Yeah, it sure did. Look at all the confluence, guys, on why we're getting this bounce like I'm talking about. Boom, man. Simple trading is the best trading, guys. Bang, resistance, breakout, retest, the big parabolic move. We are now flipping all of this into support. All right, we're flipping all of this into support. So again, this is long in territory. We're walking through multiple. So this is Monday preparations, and you guys can see. Look, double bottom just like Bitcoin did. double bottom just like Bitcoin did, and then we're off to the races. But you guys can see we're still inside of this downtrend. We need to see what these altcoins are going to do. Is Bitcoin truly going to break out? Or is or almost all of these altcoins that I've showed you guys, except for Litecoin, is putting in lower highs. Litecoin's up here, actually broke out. Bitcoin is still sitting up at the top. Look, Bitcoin is trying, man. Bitcoin is straight trying. All right, Bitcoin is straight trying. Bitcoin is straight trying right now. But you guys are now starting to notice the difference between like literally a breakout, retest, understanding that this is shortened territory, even up at the tops of this. Hyperliquid has also been on an absolute terror. Hyperliquid's just been cooking, baby. Anytime you guys see these massive downward channels like this, these things are just asking just to blow all the shorts out of the water. And that's exactly what it's doing, man. Hyperliquid, this downtrend, it is actually breaking out. It is trying, man. This is nice. I am liking this on Hyperliquid. Strong project, guys. This is where the whales play. Binance and Hyperliquid. Binance and Hyperliquid. I like hype. When we're talking about buying altcoins, and let's talk a little bit about portfolios. I'm not in the camp of buying any shit tokens. I'm not, and I mean everything right now is a shit token. I'm not buying anything except for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Hyperliquid. I own way a lot of Chainlink, a lot. And so I'm going to chill out on that. Let's also look at Solana, because Solana at this $95, we were calling this $95 for a long time. But you know what? Solana must hold this. It must hold this. This is crazy right now, man. We want to see this thing hold. We want to see this hold, man. We want to see this hold. But again, one thing that I did want to see with Solana, just like Bitcoin, I did want to see this liquidity swiped here, man. All the people that have long 95, I really, I don't like, man, how Bitcoin just came down on that golden pocket and made a double bottom. I was really hoping we were going to take the liquidity. You guys can see we just didn't do it. This candle was 95.09, 96.21, 95.86. We didn't end up taking them out. We did not end up taking them out. Yeah, absolutely. Let's look at Link. I'm going to tell you guys right now, Link at this is man, anytime Link is underneath $10, guys, my massive bag was accumulated for almost 540 days right in here. I was doing a lot of margin trading. This between $5 and $9, $5 and $9. This was a beautiful range. This is almost 50%, guys. This is 50% ranges to be able to accumulate this. We are back sitting on top of all of this. Anything inside of this is straight up buying territory for Chainlink. I believe that Chainlink is a phenomenal project. It is the backbone to a lot of these projects, to a lot of the things that are happening with stablecoins, governments, tokenization. I think Chainlink is an absolute player. This was an amazing trading range, dude. People didn't know me as a trader yet, dude, but I was slugging them in this range. I literally, dude, you could sit in these trades right in here, dude, and if this thing started dumping, dude, you could just buy with large spot money, dude. Spot money, and just buy and sell and get more and get more and get more and get more and get more. Anything inside of this range right here, guys, is a buy for me for Chainlink. And you guys can see why. The more time we spend in here and accumulate, this is a buy zone for sure for Chainlink. Now remember we talk about throughout the stream a breakout retest. You know, load up, breakout retest, breakout retest, breakout again. You know, this one dipped pretty deep, but that was the Binance liquidation event. Still retest. You guys can see retest on top of the candles. These are retests on top of the wicks up on top. again, we're back to it, man. We're back in it, guys. You know, Chainlink could easily, if Bitcoin squeezes up towards 84, I mean, Chainlink could easily get towards, you know, 11, 12 bucks, which is a big move, actually, man. I mean, this would be like a 20%er. This would be a big move. You know, this is a 20%er, man. And we're really just, you know, Chainlink is looking actually much better, but still it's up at the top. It's just like all these altcoins right now, man. Lower high until Bitcoin breaks out. It's all eyes on Bitcoin. You know, here's the thing, dude. When we're priced this low, there's not, to me, if I'm talking about a 20% up on the move just to get towards $11, $12, I don't mind buying spot bags. I don't think Chainlink can get really below $6. You know, there's some serious people that own this, man. I would, you know, so Chainlink as far as spot bags go. All right, Chainlink as far as spot bags go. I mean, really, to get to $6, $7 is only 30% on your money, and you're just gonna want to double down and double down and double down and double down. I'm comfortable, and that's when I double down on projects, guys. It's because I have an insurance policy that it's gonna survive. Some of these projects have been battle tested through cycles. You know, we go to Link USD, and let's go to a long time chart for a long chart, like look at this. I mean, these things have been battle tested, man. I like Chainlink. That's my insurance policy. I'm willing to hold Link. Solana, I do think that Solana, man, I want to see Solana back at $50, dude. Solana, literally, guys, there was an alt season. It just wasn't on some of your projects. Solana went from literally $15, guys, to $300. Astronomical percentage. And this is literally over the last 2 years. I mean, really? 17x? There was an alt season, just wasn't on some of these core projects that everybody was selling. I mean, and even these shit projects that everyone was selling you. You know? So again, just be pretty cautious. You guys are putting your hard-earned money towards, you know, trading and investing. Be educated. Get as much education as possible. Hyperliquid, we went over this. Man, oh man, Aave. I like Aave. I really like Aave, but this thing, anything down below, again, Bitcoin is in a bear market. Do not be fooled. Bitcoin is in a bear market. We have a clear downtrend. If we start breaking down below 74, you know, we're due for a bounce just to get up towards this $84,000. And then I really want Bitcoin to sweep the lows. Would love Bitcoin to sweep the lows. Really like Bitcoin to sweep the lows. Let's read some of these chats. I think Sol goes to 350 at least next cycle. What do you think about Ondo and Arrow? I think Ondo and Arrow are going to get battle tested, and we're going to find out if they're going to survive. You know, I always had this saying, guys. I would love to see what the chat says. Dude, this thing looks like death, bro. I mean, really? This thing looks like straight death. And normally when it looks like death, it's time to buy. But I'm not going to be buying Arrow, dude. That's not me. It's not. I mean, I don't know, man. These things, Arrow, Ondo. So here, look, this is Ondo. Sheesh, man. I mean, if you believe in this thing is getting dude. Same chart though as the rest of the altcoins that I've talked about. Putting in these lower highs. We got to see if Bitcoin's going to squeeze on out of here. See if Ondo does. Obviously, if you believe in the project, guys, there's a lot. If you believe in Ondo, I'm just not going to risk it with what I'm trading and what I'm playing with. I'd rather buy Bitcoin, dude. I'd rather buy Bitcoin at 70 grand and watch it pump to 100, 120 and make 30, 40% than gamble on this shit, man. My insurance policy that I talk about is I believe in holding Bitcoin. I believe in holding Chainlink. I believe in holding ETH. You know, for investing is totally different than trading. If I'm going to hold these things and have a time frame, have patience, then I'm telling you, I'm not going to be. Let's look at Arrow. But again, if you believe in these things, man. Oh my gosh, bro. I've told everybody time and time again, dude. Everyone laughed at me when Arrow popped all the way up to $1 again, dude. This thing was all the way up here for a second time. 120s. Oh, it's so back. It's so back. I think I was the only one saying, I'm going to be buying Arrow. I might buy Arrow if we see 32 cents. Everyone thought I was fucking crazy, bro. We popped, came all the way down because everyone kept saying $64 is the Bitcoin entry, or the $64 was the, or 64 cents. This is Coinbase's entry. You know, everybody was looking at this from here to here. They were saying, look at how many times we bounced. And they're right. You know, they were right. We do get bounces. This was a long entry. Long. But then what happens when we flip this into resistance? Not good, man, at that 64 cents, that 64 to 80. Bang, man. So, you know what? I did say that if we came down to 32 cents, we got all the way down to 35. Well, what do you know? And again, I'm not just being bearish, guys. I'm not just being bearish, but these things are not battle tested. These new projects have not seen Bitcoin as an anchor pull back from 126 to 70 grand. Well, look what it does to these new projects. Drowns them, anchors them, pummels them. Old Yeller, bang, bang. I mean, just right behind the ear. You know? Let's see. Freeze. Get on the ground. We're so back. We're so back. We're just getting started, baby. Good morning to everybody that's joining us. Again, I'm CryptoCrank. This is the Cranksters Coliseum. We're giving a Monday preparation, guys. Make sure to walk through the watch the video from the beginning. We have the Bitcoin ideas. We do have Ethereum ideas. Right now, Bitcoin is trying to have a breakout, guys. It is short in territory. That's just the way this thing works, man. When we come up to resistances, all right? Bitcoin is fighting right now, but you know what? I'm not a breakout trader. I'm either going to wait for the short up at the top, or I'm going to see if this thing comes down one more time. So that way, you know. All right. I think many learned the hard way this cycle. Bitcoin is the only crypto you should really be holding. D-nice the down. The down. D-nice the down. You know what? You're absolutely right, man. You know, but the other thing too, guys, is that this is a trader's market, man. You know, this is a trader's market. And if you are investing, you want cheaper Bitcoin. If you plan on holding Bitcoin, I'd say, you know what, when we start breaking this 70, I told myself that I will start layering in profits again for Bitcoin. And I've been stacking, baby, stacking. I'm here to take that tether. I want that tether right now. Guys, when you, you know, I'm here to stack this tether. I want tether. Let's go, cranksters. Let's go, cranksters. We are viral. We want tether right now, guys. But I'm here to tell you, I want some cheap Bitcoin more than I want that tether. You know, I'd say that 74 grand is cheap Bitcoin. I agree. It's just that the technical analyst in me, I want the charts don't lie, man. And they don't have to, history doesn't need to repeat itself. But as we catch a rhyme and a rhythm on the way down, you know, we look at previous, as we catch a rhyme and a rhythm on our way down, look, we just had this event right here. Now we're waiting for that pop. Again, let's see what it looked like way back here in, oh, look, we had the big liquidation event. We came down right here. We're so back. Where's my gun? We're so back. But there's no need, guys. Again, don't feel like you missed anything, guys. There's a lot of price action. There's always another trade. Right now, we need to focus on throughout today. I want to see if Bitcoin, you know, I do want to see. Again, this is short and territory, guys. I want to see if this thing breaks out, or if we do end up putting in a a lower high right down in here, or a higher low right down in here. Bitcoin's fighting right now, though, guys. Bitcoin is fighting. If you guys can, please like, subscribe. Make sure to follow me on X. If everybody can, go over to my X. All right, go over to my X real quick. You guys get access to the Telegram. Here's my YouTube. Again, we're blowing up, baby. We're blowing up. The Coliseum is viral right now. 100,000 views on a post. Give me a break, dude. 128,000 views. Almost every single look here, guys, is over 1,000. We're blowing up. People are here. Guys, we're not going to feed you hope and bullshit. We're going to take it day by day, candle by candle, chart by chart, strategy, and then we're going to execute. There is no need trying to chart out all of these crazy ideas if when the price action finally comes to us, we don't execute. This is an executional trading channel. All right. With that being said, guys, I hope everybody has a wonderful day. I'll be live inside of the in the Telegram. I will be live inside of the Telegram. If you guys have any questions for me, speak up now or forever hold your peace. Also, Crank, you're a GOAT. I think you're the next influencer to blow up. Like your appearances on Discover Crypto. Thank you, man. I love Discover Crypto. Shout out to Discover Crypto. Shout out to TJ, DZ, Drew. Shout out to the Disco fam. Make sure to follow. Make sure to follow them. I do like I like that group a lot. You know, shout out to Jason Casper. That's where I got all of my trading from over the last 5 years. It's been a long time in the making, guys. The Coliseum is here to take over, baby. The cranksters are here. We have a game plan right now inside of the Coliseum. And you know what? Even after all of the big wins in January and the big scalps and the big losses, we do not worry about yesterday. There is a 365. There's 365 days from January 1st to December 31st. We want to see where the Cranksters and the Coliseum is at December 31st of 2026. And until that day comes, guys, all of this, all of this is old news, baby. Who cares we made 150 G's in a day? Who cares? We're losing $9,000. Who cares we got 3,000%? Who cares if we got these crazy, crazy losses? 3% stop loss for $9,000. Who cares? This is all he said, she said. We're not worried about that. We are looking to plan for today. If we're blessed for tomorrow, we replan. If price action comes to us, we get to execute. This is what it's about, Cranksters. This is what the Coliseum is about. I'm probably going to be live tonight for another scalp and chill. All right, we're going to be live tonight for another scalp and chill. That's right. $300 in wins a day, every day for a year is $109,000. That's exactly right, man. You know, if you're making, if you're making $300 a day, you know, the 9-to-5s go away, man. Don't overthink it. Don't overanalyze. Don't be gun shy. When we walk through the plans every single day in the Coliseum and price action comes to us, absolutely there's going to be losses, but absolutely there's going to be opportunities for us to exceed, execute. And that's when things start getting fun, guys, when the P&L start rolling in. And it doesn't matter, again, guys, I'm showing you everything, the wins, the losses. Don't worry about the dollar amounts. If you guys are trading with $50, $100, $3,000, $100,000, we have traders that are $100,000, man. We're doing it. Today, my goal is to scalp on this particular account. Anytime I have big wins, guys, it's all about psychology. And the more I keep talking about the trader's mindset and psychology, you know, big wins are too exciting. They could really get you overconfident. They could really get you overconfident in the market. When you turn $3,000 into $10,000, you forget how you did it. And you start trading with 10 grand. It's a whole different ball game. You got to lock check yourself, lock your mind back in. So like when I have these, my 300,000, we've taken my $100,000 account into 300 grand, you guys, in a month. After those big wins, I come back over here to this account. All right. I've turned 5 grand into 13, and all I'm looking for is little $200-$300 wins, $200-$300 wins. Yesterday we had a nice win on this account here, minus 218. I was doing some testing on this stuff here yesterday. I was showing everybody how we were doing this, how to set your leverage, how to set your isolation, how to set your fibs so it's nice and clean. Get the 0.65 on there. Shout out to zoomex for being our trading partner. With that being said, Cranksters, you guys have a wonderful day. I will be live inside of the Telegram. Everybody be safe out there.